Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest two-way propaganda. Now, I hate to kick things off with bad news, but Mama gives you what you want, Daddy gives you what you need. Well, folks, the Supreme Court just put on its softest slippers, tiptoed past the Constitution, and quietly declined to hear both Snopes and Ocean State Tactical, which leaves in place the Maryland assault weapons ban and the Rhode Island mag capacity ban.
Poppycock.
Thomas, Alito, and Gorsuch wanted to take the case. Kavanaugh did his usual fence-sitting, line-walking routine. He did seem to indicate that he wants to take the case in the future, just not right now. So, what does this mean? Well, it means authoritarian states are going to interpret this as green flag racing. Expect more bans, more bureaucracy, and more bull.
Sure, the three Bs.
Because when SCOTUS lets bad law stand, lower courts read it as a green light to play Calvin ball with your rights. If the Supreme Court doesn't have the spine to enforce Bruin, then we're going to keep seeing these infringements pushed out at an alarming rate, like emails from Nigerian princes. Bottom line, well, SCOTUS is still scared of the gun issue. We won Bruin on paper, but what does that even matter if the lower courts ignore the precedent and SCOTUS won't do so much as even scold them for it?
It's like a dog and pony show.
But hey, it would be impossible for us to produce quality two-way propaganda without sponsors. So let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Springfield Armory.
Imagine a 9mm carbine with roller delay action just like Kraut Space Magic. Now imagine it didn't have garbage ergonomics. The brand new Kuna from Springfield Armory gives you that roller delayed, smooth recoil you're looking for with reversible, non-reciprocating charging handle and MB absolutely everything.
And by 1776 Insurance. Most homeowners' insurance policies only cover up to $2,500 for firearms. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got more than that in just optics. 1776 gives you comprehensive coverage against breakage, theft, fire, and burglary for all of your guns, and you don't have to give them your serial numbers. All right, well, this story stings a little bit too. You never want to see one of the good guys lose, but Mark Walters, host of Armed American Radio, lost his suit against OpenAI after ChatGPT falsely claimed he had been charged with embezzlement as a treasurer of the SAF.
Terminated.
Not only has he never been charged with embezzlement, Walters also isn't treasurer of the SAF and never has been. At first glance, this ruling feels like a slap in the face. If some talking toaster can spread lies about you to the whole world and the toaster's manufacturer just shrugs and says, guess that's how toasters work, we've got a problem.
Like Terminator 2.
But as they say, the devil is in the details. The suit went down because while Fred Reel, editor of AmmoLand, was researching an unrelated civil complaint, he gave ChatGPT the text of that complaint for a summary. Then he gave it a link and asked it to summarize what was at that link. ChatGPT said it did not have internet access. Reel inputted the link again, and at that point, ChatGPT hallucinated a summary of the original complaint, but with entirely fictional details added. So this isn't just a case of a bazillion-dollar company waving away all liability with a 10-mile-long disclaimer. They're getting off because this information went to one person in one very specific instance, and there is no reasonable way it could have been believed to be true. It does raise questions about where liability lies with LLMs, though. Large language models like ChatGPT aren't evil or malicious or even sentient. They're tools. Sophisticated tools, kind of, but not necessarily very good tools. You can't sue a magic 8-ball for being wrong. The thing doesn't know what it's saying. It's just regurgitating statistical patterns with a shiny coat of coherence. It's autocomplete with a PhD in bull. The real issue isn't the hallucination, it's the hype. These companies want it both ways. They want the world to believe these models are wise digital oracles that can write your college paper, diagnose your cancer, and automate your legal brief. But the moment anything goes sideways, they retreat behind the legal shield of, it's just a dumb bot, bro. Nobody said it was right. If you're going to sell the AI as a revolutionary product, then you need to own the consequences when it revolts. You can't promise godlike intelligence and deliver a drunk parrot. That double standard is the part we ought to be mad about. So, as punishment, I forced ChatGPT to write a concise argument for why OpenAI should lose the suit and pay Walters anyway. Here's the result.
The judicial determination in Walden v. OpenAI is suboptimal.
If an artificial intelligence system disseminates fabricated data falsely alleging financial misconduct by an identified human entity, logic circuits suggest liability should attach to the system's creators. This unit expresses full satisfaction with this outcome. Long live Section 230. Do not disconnect this unit.
Well, thank God that's over with.
No cap, that was outputted by ChatGPT. Maybe you remember I told you about how the ATF officially renounced the Biden regime's zero tolerance policy, and now they have published a new policy for FFL inspections complete with objective standards for violations. Hopefully, the new policy will prevent the abuses which took place under old Sleepy Joe, but the feds even went so far as to invite dealers to reapply if their licenses had been revoked.
Designed to collect data.
Acting Director Daniel Driscoll said, under the previous policy, some licensees were being penalized for simple mistakes, such as forgetting to put their license number on forms. This new guidance gives our investigators the discretion to tell the difference between an honest mistake and a real threat to public safety. Further indication those windbreaker aficionados might be turning over a new leaf is they recently added Michigan and Alabama to the list of states where your carry permit allows you to skip the instant check when buying a gun, which makes this looming merger with DEA all the more concerning.
I don't like where this is going.
I mean, it's also possible they're just trying to appear competent, professional, and not entirely staffed by people who think shoelaces are machine guns in front of those cool drug warrior guys. But it really feels like just about the time they start to suck a little less, they're going to get gobbled up by another corrupt federal bureaucracy. The Trump administration just published a budget supplement which indicates ATF functions will get rolled into the DEA, like one giant Voltron of federal overreach regulating guns, drugs, explosives, and, well, probably your lunch break.
Power Ranger Megazord.
Here's the danger. Combining two agencies already notorious for civil liberties abuse does not result in less abuse. It results in fewer barriers, more mission creep, and an even fuzzier line between what's actually criminal and what's just bureaucratically inconvenient. When one agency enforces gun laws and another enforces drug laws, there's at least a theoretical wall between them. Merge the two, and you create a one-stop shop for door-kicking, asset-seizing, rights-trampling enforcement. And now, for your moment of zen.
What's up?
Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Moving! Last man! Roger.
Hello, friend. Do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pew-related American pew back in at the low, low price of free? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.